Molly Lash, is there anything you would like to say before I pass sentence?
Yes, Your Honor. I've heard what the district attorney says I did. I've listened to the testimony of the people who knew us. I've looked in the eyes of my friends and saw pain, guilt, pity, anger, but never faith. I've seen the photographs. I know all the evidence says I killed my husband. I know what the residents of Briarwood have been saying about me throughout this trial. I can't even stand before you and deny the accusation because I have no memory of what happened that night, and maybe never will. The only defense I have to offer is my heart. For in my heart, I know I could never kill my husband.
However, I accept the evidence as shown to be true and agree to the terms set forth by my attorney.
Well, what do you think?
Well, it's a hell of a closing statement. Then Molly always did have a flair for the dramatic.
Come on, Fran, work with me here. You think she whacked him?
Well, how should I know?
You went to school with her, right?
High school, over 15 years ago.
So, how much can somebody change since high school?
I wouldn't know. We moved to New York my senior year.
Look, here's the thing, all right? She gets released from prison today. I want to do a follow-up story on the murder of Gary Lash. We'll do a 4-part special. Pictures, got the whole 9 yards.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. This was big stuff when she went up 6 years ago. People gobbled it up. High society wife kills her husband for having a seedy affair. It's great.
I can't do it, Tim.
Of course you can do it. Go to Briarwood, visit some of your old haunts, all right? Only this time I want to cover all the angles. Not just Molly, but I want to get everybody. Everybody who was involved.
Just ask someone else, okay? It's not right for me.
What are you talking about? You're the best investigative reporter I've got. This is your town.
No, it's not my town, all right? I told you I left when I was a kid. That chapter is closed, and I have no interest or desire to revisit.
Well, how about I give you some? Let's start with your job.
Sounds an awful lot like a threat, Tim.
Let's call it motivation, okay? Friend, why do you think I doubled your salary to get you here?
Because I said no the first time?
Look, you know these people don't like the press. You understand how important money and status is to them, right? Now, I don't know what skeletons you have waiting for you in Briarwood, and frankly, it's none of my business. But I imagine it must be pretty ugly to keep a woman like you away. I need somebody on this who can get inside. Someone they will trust. Someone like you.
My father was accused of stealing a large sum of money from the Briarwood Library Fund. Before my mother and I found out, he killed himself. I was 17. My mother moved us to New York, and I have not been back since.
That's a hell of a skeleton.
Does that mean I'm off the hook?
No, not by a long shot.
There she is.
Mrs. Lash will make a brief statement regarding her incarceration. She will not entertain any questions. Please respect her decision.
I've spent the last 6 years repaying a debt to society. I'm sure all of you believe that that's a small price to pay for taking someone's life. So do I. Although my memory of what happened that night may never return, I am certain of one thing. I did not kill my husband.
What's going to be happening in this?
There was someone else in my house the night he was murdered. I don't know who it was, but I do know that that person killed him.
Excuse me. That's it. No more questions.
Back away. Back away. Back away. That's it.
Gosh, we're all so young. There we are. No matter what, we'll meet again. Hello, Molly? It's Fran Zillman.
Fran, how are you?
I'm good. I was wondering if we could get together tomorrow and catch up.
I'd love to. If it's not too much trouble, maybe you could come out here. I'm not really up for another public appearance just yet.
I understand. Still live in the same place?
Well, you know, Briarwood, some things never change. Does 11 sound good?
Great. So I'll see you then.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mrs. Barry, I'm not sure if you remember
Fran
me.
Zillman. Of course I remember you. How's your mother?
She's very good, thank you.
Mrs. Lash is expecting you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Fran, hi. Hi. I'm so surprised you called me.
I was surprised you remembered me.
Oh, don't be silly. It was good to see a friendly face yesterday. When did you move back?
A couple months ago. I got offered a job with the Observer, writing for the Sunday magazine.
You always were a good writer. Come on, let's take a walk.
Flower's beautiful.
Thank you. Do you remember that corsage I wore on prom night?
Well, no, actually, my mother and I moved to New York right before prom.
That's right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Oh, no, it's okay. I mean, I was devastated at the time because, well, I had big plans with Jeff Hughes that night.
Oh, my God, Jeff Hughes. I have not heard that name in a long time. You know, I think he still lives with his parents a few blocks from here.
Are you kidding me? He still lives with his parents? I thought he was going to join the Peace Corps and change the world.
Well, maybe you leaving was too devastating and he was condemned to a life of perpetual disappointment.
Right, that must be it. He's still hanging around depressed about his missed prom night opportunities.
Well, if he could see how beautiful you are now, I'm sure he would kill himself out of humiliation. Oh, Fran, I'm sorry. That was really insensitive of me. The people in this town weren't very nice to you, were they? Including me.
Well, I'm sure I made an easy target after my dad died.
We're a lot alike, you and I. Especially now.
You know, Molly, I didn't call you just to catch up.
Well, I didn't invite you here to chat about old times either. Friend, the real reason I invited you here was to ask you to help me find Gary's killer. Now, whether you think I'm innocent or guilty, it doesn't really matter. I am convinced there was someone here that night. So I thought if you could write an article on the case, investigate.
This is too weird.
Look, I know how you must feel about this place after.
No, it's not that. My editor, he asked me to do the same thing. He thought you might be open to telling your story.
Excuse me, Mrs. Lash.
Yes, Edna?
Mrs. Whitehall is on the phone.
Will you take a message, please?
Oh, it's okay. You can take it if you want.
Oh, it's okay. It's Jenna. I can call her back.
Jenna, how is she?
Oh, as beautiful as ever. She's married now to Nick Whitehall. They make an odd couple until you see his checkbook.
Oh.
He was one of Gary's partners at the hospital.
So she's always had the family name, and now she has the money to go with it.
That was always part of Jenna's grand plan.
Do you see much of her?
She was the only one to come visit me. Twice a week the whole 6 years. I didn't see Nick. I haven't seen him since the trial. We should all have dinner one night.
That would be great. In the meantime, can you get me a list of all the people you think I should talk to?
Of course. You should start with Gary's partners. There's Nick and Dr. Peter Gaines. I have their numbers.
Okay. Molly, can we talk about what happened to your husband that night?
I can tell you what I remember. I found him at his desk. It was Sunday night. I had just returned from spending a week alone at our place on Victoria Island.
Why were you there alone?
We had a fight. He told me he was having an affair with a nurse at the hospital. I had just had my second miscarriage, and she was pregnant with this baby.
That was Anna Marie Scully.
Yes. How did you...
It was in the court transcripts. Molly, didn't you or your lawyer think it was odd that the DA offered such a generous plea bargain the day before she took the stand?
No, it was never discussed.
I don't know what the hell the DA was thinking when he made that deal. You ask me, he should have cooked her.
I asked you not to talk like that, Nick. It's not funny.
No, I'll tell you what's funny. So you're getting 6 years for scrambling Gary's brains all over his desk. That's the joke of the century.
The DA made the deal, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Believe me, I wouldn't mind having a piece of that payoff.
I've known Molly my whole life. She's my best friend, and I just can't believe that she could have killed anyone, yet alone Gary.
Anybody can kill, Jenna. Human race killed its way to the top of the food chain. No. That instinct's in everyone. Just waiting for the right old moment to just come on out.
Spoken like a troubled CEO.
Look, I know she's your friend, but I am under a lot of pressure with this HMO merger. This doesn't happen. We could lose everything, even this house. If Remington goes belly up, we're broke. The only thing's gonna screw up this deal's gonna be Molly Lash running around Briarwood screaming that there's a murderer loose. Do anybody will listen?
I don't see how Molly has anything to do with your merger.
It's bad press, babe. Every time she gets a headline, they're gonna mention the doctor she killed and the Lash Medical Center's old man started. See, because murder and hospitals together, they make people kind of nervous. So talk to her. Maybe take her into Seattle for a few days. Shop a little. Just until I close this thing.
And what's in it for me?
Now that sounds like an invitation to negotiate.
Dr. Gaines, there's a reporter here to see you.
Excuse me. Dr. Gaines?
Yes, I am. And, sorry. And you are?
Fran Selman. Hi. I'm a writer.
For the Observer. Yes. Molly called, told me you might be stopping by. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
Can I get you something to drink?
No thanks. This is impressive.
Yes, it's a bit of a statement, but it inspires confidence. In our line of work, that sometimes makes a difference.
What difference is that?
Living?
Of course. You're not moonlighting as a jockey, are you?
Oh, no. I wish. I just have an insatiable passion for writing. How about you?
I like riding. I wouldn't say it's insatiable.
Too bad. Maybe we can do something about that. I have a stable just outside of Briarwood, so if you ever feel like taking a ride.
No, thank you. Dr. Gaines.
No, please. Dr. Gaines is for my patients. Call me Peter.
Peter, I understand you were partners with Gary Lash.
We were friends long before we were partners. But yes, Gary, Nick, and I were all partners on Remington HMO.
How well do you know Molly?
I consider her a friend.
What's your opinion of her memory loss?
Professional or personal?
Both.
Well, professionally, she suffers from dissociative amnesia. Gaps in memory related to extremely traumatic events, not unusual under the circumstances. Personally, I don't think Molly's ever going to regain her memory completely.
Why not?
It would be more traumatic.
You're saying she might remember.
The very trauma she's managed to forget. Look, Miss Stillman, or is it Mrs.?
It's Fran.
Fran, walk with me. I'd like to believe Molly is innocent more than anyone, but the simple truth is if she witnessed a murder, there'd be no reason to suppress that memory.
Here you are, Doctor. Do you think Molly and Gary had a good marriage?
I think you'd be better off asking someone with a little more experience with marriage than me. Excuse me just a minute.
Oh, sure.
So, how's our little girl today, Mrs. Colbert?
Still fighting.
That's what we like to hear. Because I'm not about to let just anyone ride my new Palomino, right, Tasha?
Sorry, I missed the hospital's fundraiser last week, Dr. Gaines. I had every intention of being there.
Oh, Mrs. Colbert, please, don't worry about that. All you missed was a lot of long-winded speeches and overcooked chicken.
I'm still writing you a check.
See you later, Tasha.
Dr. Lee's maternity, please. Dr. Lee's maternity.
What's that? Barbara Colburn.
Yeah. Her daughter's been in a coma for 6 years. Listen, I don't mean to bail on you, but I have to do my rounds.
Oh, please go ahead. Probably just stick around the hospital for a while, if that's all right.
No, absolutely. Here. That's my private number. Give me a call if there's anything I can do to help.
Thank you.
Or, can you change your mind about taking that ride?
Oh, thank you. It's very nice.
You're a reporter, right?
Pardon me?
Well, you're not on staff because you're not wearing ID. Cops don't carry bags, and lawyers don't drink cafeteria coffee. And if you were here to visit someone, you would look worried, not confused.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Well, you learn a lot about people after 12 years in a hospital.
12 years, that's a long time. So, Susan, you were working here when Dr. Lash was killed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a horrible time. You know, we weren't even allowed to talk about that for years. It was hospital policy, but of course everybody did. It's the biggest scandal to ever hit Briarwood.
Oh, it's a pretty small town, isn't it?
Well, 2 highly respected doctors killed 3 days apart in the same hospital. Small town or not, in my books, that's a scandal.
What do you mean, 2 doctors?
Dr. Lash and Dr. Morrow. You didn't know that?
I just moved here from New York.
Dr. Morrow was working in his office late one night. Someone broke in and stabbed him to death. Twice in the back, once in the throat. That's the one that killed him. Such a mess.
Did they catch the killer?
No, never. First they thought it might be Dr. Lash because of the affair, but then his wife went crazy, and 3 days later she killed him. So then they assumed, well, it was just some junkie who broke in looking for drugs.
Wait a minute, I'm lost. What would Dr. Lash's affair have to do with someone killing Dr. Morrow?
Well, Dr. Lash and Dr. Morrow were having an affair with the very same woman. Young nurse in this hospital. think her name was Anna Marie Scally.
What exactly are you looking for, Molly?
A clue. Something that might give me an idea as to who would want to kill Gary. It's pretty clear to Fran that whoever killed him must have known him.
What do you say we go to Seattle and spend lots of Nick's money? A shopping spree that'll give him an aneurysm.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Oh, please. Nick loves it when I spend his money. Turns him on. He gets all mad and then he gets rewarded. So what do you say? It's been such a long time since we just cut loose and went crazy.
It sounds great, Jen, but I'm just not ready for something like that right now.
Okay, well, whenever you're ready. Molly, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but maybe you should just put this all behind you and get on with your life.
This is the only way I can move on with my life, Jen.
Well, then move over and give me something juicy to look at. Thanks.
Back so soon?
I'd like to talk to you about Jack Morrow.
He was a good doctor. Great with his patients. Very thorough in his preparation. It was a devastating blow when we lost him. The police were convinced it was just a case of bad timing.
He was having an affair with Anna Marie Scully.
Anna Marie Scully. There's a name I haven't heard mentioned in a while.
What can you tell me about her?
She was a beautiful girl. Hard to hide her figure, even in scrubs. Got to the point where patients were requesting her for sponge baths. Jack was crazy about her. Wanted to marry her, but she was young. She was 22. Wasn't interested.
Did he know that she was having an affair with Gary Lash?
Oh, no. No. Nobody did. Not until
Not until what?
Look, Fran. I want to help you and Molly in any way I can. But to do that, I'm going to need your assurance. You'll use discretion in how you'll use this information.
Of course.
Jack found out about their affair the day before he was killed. Anna Marie told him she was pregnant with Gary's baby and that she didn't want to see him anymore. Jack, of course, confronted Gary. They had a huge fight, which I walked in on. Threats were made, and Jack was killed the next night.
You're saying Gary Lash may have killed Jack Morrow?
There was a lot of hate in that room.
Did you tell the police?
No. No, I didn't. When Molly killed Gary 3 days later, it became a moot point. The bad press was killing the hospital, so we all just dug in and tried to put the whole thing behind us.
Where is Anna Marie now?
She disappeared right after Molly's trial. No one's seen her since.
It just doesn't make any sense. She was sleeping with 2 doctors who were murdered 3 days apart, and nobody even looked at her twice.
Well, why would they? She had an alibi the night Gary was killed.
What? What was her alibi?
I believe she said she was with her sister in Seaport.
Her sister. Do you really think anybody checked that out?
Well, why wouldn't they?
Molly, all the circumstantial evidence was pointing at you. There was no forced entry. His blood on your hands, your bloody fingerprints on the murder weapon.
If you were the DA, who would you go after? The angry wife scorned by her cheating husband? Or the pregnant mistress excited about her chance to marry him?
It sounds like they made the right choice.
No, it sounds like your case wasn't properly investigated. Why did Anna Marie Scully take the stand?
They offered us the manslaughter plea bargain before she had a chance.
Yes, the very day before. Listen, Molly, I've stuck my nose into a lot of murder trials, and I'm telling you, the DA didn't want to expose her to the jury.
Fran?
No, because she would have put a reasonable doubt into every juror's head. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
didn't want her to take the stand.
They would have talked for days about the details of her affair with Gary. Her pregnancy, my miscarriages. It got to the point where it was easier to let them punish me with jail.
Molly, I want you to know I believe that you didn't kill your husband.
I'm sorry. I've waited 6 years to hear somebody say that.
I promise you won't have to wait another 6 to hear it again. Once we find Anna Marie Scully, you'll be vindicated.
Do you really think she could have killed them both?
Could have, yes. But I don't think she did it. I do think that these two murders are connected and that somehow Anna Marie Scully is part of that connection. Why do you think she left town immediately after the trial?
I imagine she was ashamed of what she was doing with two men.
Maybe. But if the two men that I was sleeping with were murdered, I would be more scared than ashamed.
You think she's hiding?
If she's still alive, I do.
How do we find her?
I don't know. Unless the person she's hiding from finds out that we're looking for her, and maybe we won't have to.
I'm not sure I follow you.
My dad always used to tell me if I wanted to catch the really big fish, I should use live bait.
You want to use her as bait?
No. I want to use you as bait. In this Sunday's piece, I'll write about how your memory is returning and how the Scully girl is key to you remembering what happened that night.
Then the real killer gets nervous that I'm remembering and comes after me.
I won't kid you, it could be very dangerous. I would understand if you're not up for it.
Well, after 6 years of prison food, I'm up for anything.
You are not going to believe what I just read in the Sunday magazine. I tell you, Edna, my eyes like to fall right out of my head when I read that. You know, I was at that trial every day. I have a scrapbook with every article written about it. I just think it's appalling that she would want to bring it up again when all anybody in this town wants to do is forget it.
This article reads like she's completely innocent.
Don't I know it? Molly Lash is guilty as sin. You know it, I know it, the whole of Briarwood knows it. And if you ask me, you should think about getting a new job.
Marta, please. I've worked for Molly and her family for over 25 years. There's no way I would run out on her now.
What if she loses her mind again? If you ask me, this writer, Fran Silman, is a bad influence on her. The way her father killed himself, and after the people of this town trusted him with all that library money.
Are you ready for breakfast, Tommy?
Molly's home, isn't she? Molly came home from prison?
Yes, she's home.
Yeah, I like Molly, Mom. She's nice to me. I want to go see her.
Not today, Tommy. She's busy.
Yeah, I don't like Dr. Gary. He yelled at me for touching things, and Molly would never yell at me.
Oh, Molly's very nice. Now, would you like some special pancakes for breakfast? With extra butter and maple syrup?
Yeah, I like pancakes. Pancakes are good.
Then go get dressed, and I'll make them for you, all right?
With extra butter and maple syrup. But no raisins. Raisins won't be.
Tommy had a bad night. He didn't sleep very well.
If you ask me, you're a saint, Edna.
Something needs to be done with her.
Relax, Nick.
No, I'm not gonna relax. Not until the deal is done and the check clears the bank.
That's going to happen. This article doesn't threaten anything.
Like hell it doesn't.
A story this dirty? We'll send him running to the American National. What if she digs up this nurse?
What if she does? You think Anna Marie Scully wants her story plastered all over the headlines again? Just calm down and look at this objectively. This is nothing more than Molly Lash claiming she's innocent.
It's not Molly Lash that I'm concerned with. I don't want this Fran Silman sticking her nose into every crack in this hospital. So either you do something to put a stop to her, or I will.
Good stuff. Not at all what I expected.
You expected bad?
No, I expected objectivity. This thing reads like a crusade.
Well, you're the one who told me if I was going to pick a fight, I should pick a good one.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I just want to make sure you know what you're doing. I don't want to have to write your obituary before I find out how you like your steak.
Francelman. Peter, hi. Well, I'm coming up later today to see Molly. I don't know if the traffic's not too bad. Around 3. Dinner sounds great. 8 o'clock. No, that's good. I'll find it. All right, me too. See you then. Bye-bye.
Who the hell's, what's his name? Peter?
Dr. Peter Gaines. He's the administrator at Lash Medical Center.
You're going to dinner with a guy just like that? What do you know about him?
Oh, not much. He's smart, funny, rich, handsome. Oh, and he breeds horses in his spare time, just for fun.
Oh, well, what about that steak?
Medium rare. Finding anything?
I can't find any mention of Anna Marie Scully or her sister. There's a few business trips here, but nothing near Seaport.
There must be something in the hospital records.
Nick will never let us look at the hospital records without a court order.
Just leave that to me. In the meantime, you need to get some rest. Lock up behind me, and I'll call you in the morning. Molly, how many keys are there for this door?
There's mine, Mrs. Barry's, and Gary had one. Oh, and the one we kept hidden in the garden.
Who knows about that extra one?
No one. I don't even think we ever used it. Why?
Well, the police said there was no forced entry the night of the murder. And after our article, I'm a little nervous about you staying here alone.
I'll be fine.
I'd feel better if you had the locks changed.
Okay, Mom. Are you sure you don't want to stay for dinner?
Actually, I'm having dinner with Peter Gaines tonight.
That's a better invitation than mine. Okay, well, what about tomorrow night? I'll invite Jenna and Nick, and we'll make a reunion out of it.
Well, that sounds too good to pass up. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Please don't tell me you made all that by yourself.
Why, you don't like it?
Are you kidding? What woman wouldn't dream of a dinner like this?
You're not going to convince me you don't get romanced.
Let's see, the most romantic thing to happen to me in the last 10 years was having a mole removed from the small of my back.
Lucky doctor. Well, and before that?
Leaving Briarwood.
Well, I take it back. You are in serious need of a major romantic encounter. I know your father, Fran. I only met him once, but he seemed like a good man.
He was.
And look, I know there are people in Briarwood who would like you to feel guilty for what he did. Maybe even assume some kind of burden. Don't. They're not worth it.
I feel the way some of these people look at me. Molly's housekeeper. I don't blame them, really. I mean, the money that my father stole was never found. You know, I'm sure that the people that got cheated just assume I must still have it.
What do you think happened to it?
I don't know. Guess that's an investigation for another time.
Yeah, your investigation, that's part of the reason why I bring it up. The article you wrote on Molly is going to step on a few toes, especially of people who remember.
I get the feeling you're talking about a specific set of toes.
Yes. Yes, I am. Nick, my partner, he's worried that Remington, our HMO is going to be dragged into the mud that surrounds Molly's situation. Now, we're on the verge of a very big acquisition deal, and the wrong kind of press could put it in jeopardy.
I understand. I will try to keep Remington's name out of it.
Thank you.
Tim, it's Fran. I just wanted to let you know that dinner went well, and I'm heading home. Alone. Night.
We're making somebody nervous. Then the AAA guy got my car restarted again, and I came straight here.
Did you call the police?
What are the police gonna do? I didn't see anything but headlights. Whoever it was just wanted to send me a message. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
We gotta do something, Fran.
We will. Do you think you can get Peter to meet you for lunch?
I don't know. I could say I'm thinking of selling all my stock in Remington.
Yeah, that's good, because they're trying to close a big acquisition. He'd be nervous about how that would look.
What are you planning?
A little visit to the administration office.
Thank you.
Molly. Hey. It's good to see you.
Thank you for coming, Peter. I know how busy you must be at the hospital.
I'll always make time for you. You know that. Now, what's this about you selling your stock in Remington?
That happened there.
your original application. Come on, come on. What? Her sister. Bingo. They've got all the information about her performance as a nurse locked in a secure file that I couldn't access. I got lucky.
Well, let's hope your luck holds up and her sister knows where she is.
Hello?
Hi, Lucy Scully?
This is her sister, Anne Marie. Who's calling?
This is Molly Lash.
What do you want?
I was hoping I could talk to you about Gary.
Not down there. Tomorrow at 8. Come alone or I'll leave. Do you know Willard's Diner on Route 12?
I'll find it. Thank you.
What happened? What did she say?
She'll meet me tomorrow night.
I can't let you meet her alone.
She said I had to. If she sees me with anyone else, she'll drive away.
Excuse me, Mrs. Lash. I was planning grilled salmon, scalloped potatoes, and fresh asparagus for your dinner party tonight.
That sounds marvelous, Edna. Thank you. Oh, I hope you can accommodate one more.
Well, that won't be a problem at all.
I invited Peter Gaines.
I'll get her, Molly. Oh my God, Jenna. Ooh, you look fantastic.
So do you. Briarwood hasn't been the same since you left. What's taken you so long to come back?
Yeah, your timing's beautiful. He's ready for a drink.
That's my husband. Just ignore him until he's had his third cocktail. And I believe you know Peter.
Wait a minute.
Hello, again.
Well then, let's not let Nick get too far ahead of us. It's New Year's Eve, and everyone is kissing everyone. And Molly is hiding in the greenhouse from Leonard Marshall. He was gonna propose to me.
Whatever happened to Leonard?
Oh, he came out of the closet and he made a fortune in hand lotion.
Used his old man's fortune to make a fortune in hand lotion. You're gonna tell the story, get the facts straight, Jenna.
Oh, I forgot. A fortune only counts if you get your hands dirty making it. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
Well, my money is just as green as everybody else around here. Spends the same too, doesn't it, sweetheart?
It's been my experience, Nick, that your money spends a little bit better than everyone else's.
Well, you might be singing a different tune when Remington goes under and the well dries up.
Come on, Nick. Remington's not going under, and I really don't think this is the time or place to talk about it.
The hell it's not. We got our prize-winning journalist right here. Can't wait to stir up the ghost of Gary Lash. I can't think of a better time to talk about it.
Nick, you're out of line.
I'm here at Molly's request.
Are you? I would have thought you were here at your editor's request.
I asked Fran for her help, Nick. To find out all she can about that night and help me remember what happened.
Gary was murdered. You did the time, end of story. I mean, just because you can't remember doesn't mean it didn't happen.
I'm not trying to change what happened. I want the last 6 years of my life back. And frankly, I don't care about your merger. I'll do whatever I have to remember. And that includes meeting with the nurse that Gary had his affair with.
Oh, Molly, no.
Molly, what could you possibly hope to accomplish by doing that?
Peace of mind.
This is what you had in mind all along, isn't it?
If it helps Molly, yes.
Well, you better be prepared to pay the price for dragging that girl back into this.
Hi, what can I get for you?
I'll have a tea with lemon, please.
Okay.
Just a coffee, thanks.
All right.
Thank you for meeting me.
I almost didn't.
To be honest, I almost didn't come in.
I read the article about you in the Sunday magazine. I thought you might try to find me.
I'm only here to talk about Gary.
For what it's worth, I don't believe you killed him. I mean, at first I thought maybe because of the baby and all.
I understand.
But when I saw what they were doing to you in court, I mean, I knew you loved him as much as I did.
Thanks. There you are.
What did Gary say about me?
He said that he wasn't in love with you. And that you were talking about getting a divorce. And that he was happy you had miscarried because the baby would have only complicated the breakup.
We never talked about getting a divorce.
I know that now. When I told him that I was pregnant with his baby, he got really weird. He wanted me to have an abortion so that we could start our lives clean, you know, with no baggage. I refused, and he stopped seeing me.
Did you know about Jack Morrow?
No. Not until the day before Jack died. They didn't like each other very much. I was probably the only one that knew that. They were very competitive. As doctors, Jack kept a secret file on the hospital because he was worried that Gary cared more about the hospital name than he did the treatment of the patients. Mrs. Lash, I want you to know just how sorry I am for everything that's happened. Okay? Everything. But whoever killed your husband is still out there. I have to go.
Wait. What happened to your baby?
I put him up for adoption. I was just scared that I just wanted him to have a fair shake, you know?
Can I have the check, please?
Yeah. I hope everything was all right.
It was great.
Anna Marie! Anna Marie!
Mrs. Berry. How's Molly?
I found her in bed when I came into work this morning. Dear God, it's just like last time.
Where is she?
Upstairs talking to Mr. Matthews.
I think we should talk.
Yeah, that's her.
What the hell's going on? The police have this place locked off like it's a crime scene.
Molly's under suspicion of murder.
Well, that's insane. Molly had nothing to do with that girl's death.
Are you sure of that?
Yes, I'm sure of that. You're her lawyer. You should be too.
I'm also her friend.
Then act like it.
As her lawyer, it's my job to defend her. As her friend, it's my obligation to help her. And the last thing I would do as her friend is encourage a meeting with her husband's mistress. Look, Molly's under probation. And the mere fact that she's involved in a murder investigation is enough to revoke it. She's the only suspect.
How could the police suspect Molly?
She was the last person to see Anna Marie Scally alive. She had motive and she had opportunity. If you were the police, where would you start?
How was she killed?
She was stabbed.
Just like Jack Morrow.
Who?
The doctor that was killed 3 days before Gary Lash.
I remember. What's your point?
Well, didn't it strike you as odd that two doctors sleeping with the same nurse were murdered 3 days apart from each other?
Well, obviously it did, but the only connection between the two was the girl, and she had an alibi for Gary's murder. Look, Miss Silman, you have to understand something. Guilt or innocence played no part in my decision to defend Molly. If she'd been found guilty, she'd have gone to jail for the rest of her life. We were fortunate to get the offer we did.
I'm not questioning your ability as a lawyer, Mr. Matthews. Anna Marie Scally was murdered because she knew something. And whoever killed her didn't want Molly to find out what it was. Hey. How are you feeling?
Like I've been drinking champagne all morning.
It's the sedative. Do you remember what she told you?
She talked about Gary. He was in love with her.
Anything about Jack Morrow?
He didn't like Gary. She said they fought about the hospital and that Jack was keeping a secret file. She was scared, Fran. She didn't want me to think she was, but she was, I could tell.
Scared of what?
I don't know, remembering. And then I saw her race out of the parking lot, and I thought it was her.
We'll talk later, okay?
Fran, I can't go back to prison. I couldn't do it again.
You won't, Molly. I won't let that happen, I promise.
The district attorney's office continues to focus their investigation on Molly Lash, the wife of prominent Dr. Gary Lash, who was murdered 7 years ago in what was believed to be the focal point of an illicit love
I'm sorry, Tommy. I had to work late. Hi, Mom. Thanks for coming over, Mother. God, Edna, it's all over the news. Come on, take off your shoes and tell me everything.
Marty, you should have seen it. Police everywhere, reporters outside. It was horrible.
If you ask me, I wouldn't set foot back in that house again.
They just keep asking the same questions over and over.
Mark my words, Edna, that woman is the kiss of death. Once her type gets a taste of blood, there is no turning back.
Marta, please. She's just troubled. She needs help.
Molly needs help, Mom. I want to help her.
Molly's fine. She's just a little under the weather.
No, Molly needs me. They're saying bad things about her on the TV, and I love Molly. I want to help her.
I know you do, Tommy, and you will, I promise.
Maybe you should take him back to see his doctor. He has been acting very strange lately.
Tommy, what are you doing?
I'm getting Molly's key. I promise I'll put it back this time.
Why can't I remember, Jenna? Maybe the same thing happened that night at the diner. Maybe I followed that girl out.
Molly, stop it. Just stop it. You didn't kill that girl any more than you killed Gary.
That's not what the police think.
The police don't think. If they did, they would be stockbrokers and living with us in Briarwood.
You're the best. I don't think I would have made it through the last 6 years if it wasn't for you, Jen. You're the only one who stood by me, even when Nick didn't want you to.
Well, you know Nick. He talks first, he thinks later. He's obsessed with this HMO merger. But he really is concerned about your safety.
Why? I'm the one doing the killing, remember?
Molly, listen to me. You need to stop Fran from digging up the past. That's what got that poor girl killed. And I'm afraid if she doesn't stop, you'll be next.
I would rather be next than spend the rest of my life being afraid to remember. I need to know, Jenna. No matter what happens, I need to know.
I understand. And I'm behind you, no matter what happens.
I'm doing a background check on all the new players out there, including your Prince Peter.
Sound jealous?
No, let's call it worried. It's arrived in the mail this morning.
Stay in the city where you belong?
Yeah, it was attached to a copy of your article. Any idea who might have sent it?
Well, my guess is the same person who killed the Scully girl.
Right, which is why I'm sending someone along with you.
No, you're not.
It's not an option, Fran. That note leaves me no choice.
Since when did a little fan mail scare you, Tim?
Since bodies started turning up dead in parking lots, all right? I have a lot invested in you, and I am not about to allow your personal involvement to cloud your judgment on this one. So you do not go alone. End of story.
And I quit.
All right, hold on. We're on the same side. Why do you insist on putting a gun to my head when I'm trying to help you?
This is my story.
I am not talking about your story, all right? I am talking about your health.
Tim, Molly, trust me. I can't show up as some other reporter looking for a story. It'll look like I'm using her.
Well, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Molly is innocent, and I'm going to prove it. I'm not going to let them send her back to prison.
You know, you're gonna have a hard time proving it if you're 6 feet under. All right, have it your way. But you make sure you check in with me. You check in.
Thanks for taking the time to see me.
Never thank a man for giving him pleasure. So, what can I do for you?
Why would Jack Morrow keep a secret file on hospital procedure?
I wasn't aware that he did.
Anna Marie Scully told Molly that he did. She said he needed it for protection.
Please. It's not unusual for doctors to keep a personal journal to record their thinking on patients. I keep one myself.
Well, according to Molly, she said it was a file. A secret file, not a journal.
Molly is struggling through a very emotional time. Her memory doesn't appear to be very reliable.
Still, she said it was a file.
Okay. I'll see what I can find out. What exactly is it you're looking for, Frank?
A killer.
A killer?
Are you looking for Edna?
Edna Barry, yes.
Oh, she had to go to the doctor. She'll be back any minute now.
Oh, well, I'll just wait then, thank you.
I'm Marta Jones, Edna's neighbor. You're Fran Silman.
That's right.
I won't pretend I don't know about your father. A lot of people were very hurt by what he did. After all, that money was intended to build a library for needy children.
I'm well aware of what happened.
Oh, not that it was your fault, heavens. No. You were just a child yourself.
Thank you.
You're not here to talk about Molly Lash, are you? If you ask me, that woman won't be happy until she destroys everyone's life.
Molly is a friend of mine.
Of course she is. I just meant that Edna's under a lot of pressure with Tommy. She has the patience of Job with that boy, but she can't mention Molly Lash's name around him without him wanting to run out the door to visit her.
Who's Tommy?
Edna's son. That's who she took to the doctor.
Oh.
He's not quite right, you know. It's a terrible thing. I mean, he's fine as long as he takes his medication, but I don't like to be around him when he gets all worked up.
Does he visit Molly?
Oh, Edna used to take him to visit all the time, until Dr. Lash yelled at him for touching some statue or something. Oh, here she is now.
Tommy, go in the house. What are you doing here?
I thought we could talk here, where you'd be more comfortable, away from all that's happening at Molly's.
Talk about what?
Molly said she kept an extra key in the garden. Do you know who might have known about that?
No one. Just the family.
And you?
Yes. Look, Miss Silman, this isn't a good time for me.
That's not like Edna at all. If you ask me, she's on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Mrs. Jones, do you remember the last time she took Tommy to the Lash house?
It was the day before the murder. I remember because Tommy's doctor was murdered the same week, and Edna was worried about leaving him home alone. Like I told you, he gets quite violent when he misses his medication.
Do you know his doctor's name?
He worked at the same hospital as Dr. Lash. I believe his name was Jack something.
Jack Morrow.
That's it. Jack Morrow. I remember because Tommy used to call him Dr. Tomorrow. Oh, it's a terrible coincidence. Two doctors being killed in the same week like that.
We talked to the DA's office. It's not good. Police don't want it to seem like a rush to judgment, so they're taking their time with the preliminary investigation, but the word is, the beginning of the week, you're going to charge Molly with murder.
You can't let that happen, Philip.
Not much I can do about it. Without a substantial lead to take them in another direction, the police have no choice. They'll revoke her probation, and I can pretty much guarantee that this time there'll be no plea bargain.
What about Edna Barry's son, Tommy?
What about him?
The report from the Lash murder says that Edna Barry claimed that there was an extra key kept in a kitchen drawer.
So?
Well, it may not seem like much, but Molly told me that that key was kept in the garden.
What's that got to do with Edna's son?
All right. Tommy apparently has mental and emotional problems. He was a long-term patient of Jack Morrow's. Police said there was no forced entry. What if Tommy uses the garden key to come in and look for Molly? He goes into the study, Gary Lash yells at him, then goes back to his work. Tommy then picks up the statue and bam.
Compelling, but no motive.
Mentally disturbed, an abnormal obsession with Molly, and angry at Gary for reprimanding him. And the neighbor told me that Tommy could get very violent without his medication.
Well, it might be enough to reopen the investigation on appeal,
It
but...
seems to me a good lawyer could make a sound argument that if Tommy could kill Gary Lash in a moment of rage, then he could kill Jack Morrow, his own doctor, in the same way. Don't you think?
Still doesn't help us with the Scally murder. Unless he had a motive to follow Molly out to Willard's diner and kill Anne Marie in a fit of rage, too.
No, not Tommy. His mother.
Oh, come on. What possible motive could Edna Barry have?
To protect her son. Edna heard Molly saying she was going to go talk to Anne Marie. I was there. Suppose Tommy uses her key to kill Gary Lash. Edna uses the garden key the next morning because she can't find hers, puts it in the kitchen drawer, then she finds the body. She then kills Anna Marie Scully to frame Molly and protect her son.
It still doesn't explain how the police found traces of Anne Marie's blood on Molly's car.
Molly comes out of the diner after the murder is committed. Blood drips from the weapon as Edna runs to her car and Molly steps in it. Reasonable doubt.
You could be right.
Run out of the DA's flagpole and see who salutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna go out to Willard's and find out who saw what.
We just spent the last 2 hours convincing that spineless group of CEOs this Galley girl's murder had nothing to do with this hospital. They're ready to walk away from the whole deal. As if I'd let them.
It was bad timing, no question.
Are you kidding? It was a blessing. She could have started talking about the Colbert girl. That would have been a hell of a lot worse. You know, I don't know why I just don't pull a plug on that girl anyway.
She's not on life support, Nick. She's comatose.
She's a living reminder of malpractice. As far as I'm concerned, we dodged a major bullet with a dead nurse.
Did you know Jack was keeping a secret file on the hospital?
Where did you hear that?
Fran.
And what are you gonna do about it?
Hello?
Fran. Hi, it's Peter. Listen, we need to talk. Could you maybe stop by my stable this afternoon?
Is 4 o'clock okay? All right, great. I'll see you then, Peter. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. So you were saying you don't normally wait tables.
Right. Yeah, like I told police, the regular waitress went home sick, so I was just filling in. It wasn't very busy.
Can you tell me, what do you remember about the woman who was killed?
She was pretty. She seemed kind of nervous, though, looking around a lot.
Did you see her leave?
Yeah, she was moving pretty fast. She bumped into me on the way out. It wasn't like she was running away or anything. Just kind of upset.
Did you see the other woman leave?
Yeah, she was moving pretty fast, too. It seemed to me like she was crying. She left a 20 for tea and coffee. I hope it wasn't a mistake.
I'm sure it wasn't. Did it seem like she was chasing after the other woman?
Yeah, she called after her, but then this couple was coming in at the same time and they kind of held her up, so I don't think the First Lady would have heard her.
Do you know who that couple was?
No. But they're in pretty regular. Listen, for what it's worth, I don't think that lady killed anybody.
Why do you say that?
Well, if I was gonna kill somebody, I wouldn't worry about paying for my coffee, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Tim, relax. Everything's fine.
Look, maybe you should back off a little until the cops get a handle on what's going on up there, okay?
I thought that's what you were paying me for.
Fran, I'm serious.
So am I. See you in the morning.
That's enough to make a girl wish she was a horse.
Oh, I'd be happy to give you a turn.
Maybe later. So, what did you want to talk about way out here?
I think I know why Jack's file was a secret.
Why is that?
Well, it seems that Jack and Gary had a disagreement over the diagnosis of Natasha Colbert when she was admitted.
The girl who was in a coma.
Yeah, she'd been jogging, tripped over her shoelace. Admitted with head trauma and dehydration. She should have been administered a saline solution immediately, but they waited too long. So Natasha's brain suffered from a lack of oxygen, and she went into seizure.
Oh, my God.
Jack wanted to come clean about it. But Gary knew this would be disastrous to the hospital and threatened him. That's obviously when Jack started his secret file.
So that's why Gary killed Jack.
He blew the diagnosis. Had the motive to cover it up. It wouldn't have been a problem for him to break into Jack's office and make it look like some crazy drug addict did it.
Will you tell that to the police?
I can't do that, Fran. It would ruin the hospital and the careers of a lot of people. And nothing would be changed. I mean, Jack and Gary would still be dead, and Natasha Colbert would still be in a coma. The last name would be ruined. I mean, where would that leave Molly? Even a good doctor like Gary can make a mistake. We're all just human.
Dinner is served, ma'am. Stir-fried vegetables over a plate of pasta, drizzled with sautéed garlic and extra virgin olive oil.
Thank you, Jen. You're really good to me. I just remembered something else. When I came home that night, I turned the light on. If Gary was alive, he would have had the light on, wouldn't he? He wouldn't have been working at his desk in the dark.
Molly.
And I heard a door slam. And then like a clicking sound, like a door being locked and unlocked.
Let's talk about it later after you've had something to eat, okay?
No, no. No, Jen. I remember. Gary was dead when I walked in the room.
Molly! Molly?
Looks like the police are a step ahead of you. That's a statement from your mystery couple at Willard's Diner. They said there was another car in the lot when they got there, and the wife claims that she got a good look at the driver. She's working with a sketch artist this morning.
Was the driver male or female?
It doesn't say, but they're gonna fax me a copy of the sketch as soon as I get one. What's the latest?
Well, Molly saw Tommy Barry outside her window last night. Jenna was there, but she didn't see anything.
Oh. So you think she's losing it?
I don't know. I mean, she's under a lot of stress, but she's tough, you know? She's a lot tougher than I thought she'd be.
I think prison will do that to you.
Not that kind of tough. It's a kind of inner resolve. It's hard to explain. But I saw it in my mother when she was, you know.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure that you have a lot of your mother in you.
You know, Tim, it hasn't been easy going back there. My mother felt as if that whole town abandoned her. As if she was guilty of doing what my father did. She left everything she knew to give me a fresh start in New York. And now I come back there and they treat me the same way. As if I'm guilty of ripping off the library. Outside of Molly and Peter, everyone who knew my father just thinks he was the devil.
Peter Gaines? Yeah. Peter Gaines couldn't have known your father.
No, he told me he did.
Fran, he moved to Briarwood from Chicago 3 years after you left.
That can't be right.
I told you I had him checked out. And believe me, if you'd seen his residency report, you'd understand why he left.
Excuse me.
Yes.
The receptionist said I could find Fran Silman in here.
I'm Fran.
I'm Lucy Scully.
I'm glad you came to see me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you've heard lots of stories about Anna.
Why don't you tell me about her? Why did she go to meet Molly?
I begged her not to go. She wouldn't listen to me. She was convinced Molly Lash didn't kill her husband. And I guess she wanted to go and help her to understand about the affair. Look, I know Anna was the other woman, but she loved Gary. She believed he loved her too. She was convinced he was going to marry her. Men like that never leave their wives. She was devastated when Gary was killed. She wanted to kill herself too. I think the only thing that stopped her was the baby.
Take your time.
She was afraid that whoever killed Gary and Jack was going to come after her, too.
Did she ever say who she thought that might be?
She didn't know. She thought it was somebody at the hospital, but she couldn't prove it. And then she was afraid to talk to anyone because of the non-disclosure agreement they made her sign.
Regarding the affair?
No. You see, that's why I wanted to talk to you. To tell you what Anna couldn't. Do you know about Natasha Colbert?
I know she's in a coma at Lash Medical Center.
Yes, due to negligence. Anna was the nurse the night they brought her in. She was misdiagnosed by the doctor on duty. And when Anna told Gary Lash what happened, he told her to keep her mouth shut.
Wait a minute, so you're saying Gary Lash wasn't the doctor on duty that night?
No, it was Peter Gaines.
Hey, where are you headed?
Briarwood.
Damn it. Just let me know what else he does. Molly's lawyer's threatening to reopen the investigation on Gary Lash's murder.
Where'd you hear that?
From my man at the district attorney's office. Thought you were gonna take care of that woman.
It's under control.
Like hell it is. Do you have any idea what'll happen if they reopen this case? I'm not referring to losing our deal.
The only one with cause to worry is whoever killed Gary Lash.
You better not be getting soft on me, Peter.
You better not be threatening me, Nick.
Molly, I'm sorry I didn't call. I can't come in today.
Oh, that's all right. May I come in?
It isn't a good time. Tommy's been sick. He can't see anyone right now.
Actually, that's why I'm here. I saw Tommy looking in the window of our study last night.
Oh, you must be mistaken. Tommy was at home all night with me.
No, I don't believe I am mistaken. If I could just speak to him.
No, you can't. Me being in your employ doesn't give you the right to come to my house and make demands.
You're right. I apologize.
I understand. You've been under a lot of stress lately.
Mrs. Barry, how did our extra key get from the garden to the kitchen drawer?
I'm sure I don't know.
I'm sure you do know.
I'm sorry, Molly. I can no longer work for you. I fear for my own safety as well as my son's.
I know what you're doing back here. You made everybody else buffaloed, but not me.
I'm here to help Molly, and that's all.
You're here to look in the eyes of all these rich snobs and prove you're just as good.
You may have something to prove to these people, but I don't.
You're as stupid as your old man.
Don't talk about my father. You know nothing about him.
Like hell I don't. I know that he was greedy. I know he couldn't wait to climb all over a hot tip I had on a commodities buy. Yeah, that's right. Problem was that he's 40 grand light, so he borrowed it from the library fund. I was gonna pay it back once we cashed in, but the deal, it went belly up. He got left with his fingers in the cookie jar.
My father didn't kill himself for $40,000.
Well, the difference between 40 grand and 400 is one very well placed zero.
You framed him.
Well, after stealing once, there's no way he could prove it wasn't him the second time. He killed himself because he had no choice. You still have one. Drive away from Briarwood. And remember these people the way they remember you.
I don't have time to explain, Marta.
What do you mean, a trip?
Tommy needs a vacation. The doctor said it would do him good.
Well, where are you going? How can I get in touch with you?
I don't know, Marta. I'll call you when we get there.
Mom thinks I did something bad, but I didn't. All I did was look. I just wanted to talk to Molly, that's all.
Tommy stuff, that's enough. That's enough.
I never went in or not before, not now. He was already dead anyway.
Edna, what's Tommy talking about?
Nothing. He doesn't know what he's saying anymore.
No, you don't know. You don't know because I was there.
Edna, if Tommy knows anything about Dr. Lash's death, you've got to take him to the police right now.
What are you doing? I heard a clicking noise that night, and I can't figure out what it was. I just thought...
Okay, that's it. No more strolls down memory lane tonight. Dinner served.
Champagne.
It's the Briarwood liquid diet.
Stopped by the hospital and got your message. How did you know I was coming up today?
I didn't. Just wishful thinking.
You lied to me.
Did I?
You told me you knew my father.
I knew about your father. I just thought you'd feel more comfortable if you knew I was on your side.
I see. And why did you lie about Natasha Colbert?
I don't think you really need me to answer that question for you, do you?
I think I do.
Insurance companies have changed the way doctors have to go about their business. Gary understood that, Jack didn't. What happened to Natasha Colbert was tragic. Could it have been prevented? Maybe. But it was no reason to jeopardize the entire hospital.
Is it reason enough to kill Jack Morrow?
Self-preservation is enough of a reason to kill anyone.
Facts you're waiting for from the Seattle police. New suspect in the Scally murder.
Thanks, Pat.
You put me in a difficult position, Fran. I like you. I really do. I just don't see any way clear of this.
You killed Gary Lash.
No, of course not. Gary was my friend. Gave me a new start here away from Chicago. He went to the mat for me when Natasha fell into the coma. I would have done anything for Gary.
Including killing Jack Morrow?
If he asked me, which of course he didn't have to. I knew Jack couldn't keep his mouth shut. He was a man of principles. Once he found out about Gary's affair with Anna Marie, it was only a matter of time before he talked.
And you killed her, too.
I think you have to take a little responsibility for that. You dug her up, got her back into this.
Now you want to kill me.
It's not a matter of want. I didn't want to kill anyone. Doctors make life and death decisions every day. It's no different from any other.
You can't get away with this.
Why not? Molly killed her husband. She's the only one with a motive to kill Anna Marie. You're the only one who knows I'm involved, and let's face it, you're not the most liked person around here, are you?
I need the police.
Another toast?
Oh no, Jenna, I can't drink anymore. I need to sleep.
Nonsense. You are a Briarwood housewife, damn it. How else can we manage to cling to our sanity?
Okay. To our sanity.
And what's sanity without love? We must drink to love. Pure love. A girl's first great love. The kind of love that knows no fear. And you give your heart completely and promise never to let go. Relax. I'll send them away. Oh.
Jenna, thank God you're here. I need to talk to Molly. Where is she?
She's not feeling very well, Fran. We'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Oh, I can't. She'll want to hear this. Where is she?
I'm just having a glass of champagne.
Molly. Molly, are you all right?
Fran, it was Jenna's shoes.
Jenna's shoes? What are you talking about?
The clinking sound. I remember.
Molly, wake up. Molly, come on, wake up. Molly? Jenna, what's wrong with her?
You had to come back, didn't you? You had to come back and ruin everything. You never belonged here. No breeding, no history.
Jenna, why are you doing this? Molly's your friend.
Friend. Gary and I were in love. Long before Molly even knew who he was. We never had the money to live the life that we deserved. So we made a pact. And we married for the money. He betrayed me with that nurse. After all the sacrifices that we made to be together.
I told you, it's over.
No, it's not over. It's never over.
You made me realize something. I didn't do so badly, Mary Molly.
I gave him my life. I didn't deserve what they did to me.
Neither did I. Molly. Some reunion, huh? That didn't hurt, did it?
I can't tell who got more stares, you or me.
Once this town finds out what Nick did to your father, It'll be like you never left.
I don't think I want to go back that far. Thank you.
Fran, what do you think will happen to Jenna now?
Well, there will be no plea bargain. I can promise you that. Jenna will get what she deserves. She and Nick both.
I can't help but feel sorry for her.
Molly, she killed your husband. She would have killed me too if you hadn't stopped her.
I know. But she's still the same Jenna that stood beside me through everything.
Well, she had good reason to believe you. It's ironic, isn't it? Jenna, Nick, Peter. The only one not guilty of anything was you.
Oh, I'm guilty. I didn't kill anyone or commit fraud, but I'm guilty of a crime punishable by a lifetime of misery. Ignorance. Fortunately, you were there for me.
We were there for each other.
True. But if you didn't find the courage to come back and face your fears, they'd be burying me this afternoon and not Peter Gaines.
Please don't remind me. How about lunch with an old friend?
Great. We can dig out the old yearbook and see how many hearts we broke.